Hey, Dr. Amy here. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to get rid of your hot flashes after cancer. You don't need any medications, you won't be taking hormone replacement therapy, and you don't need to be making any changes to your estrogen levels. You can be completely hot flash free. I know, it almost sounds too good to be true, but it's not. I'm showing you how. I've done it for myself and hundreds of others. Here's how. Many women diagnosed with cancer will be put into a forced menopause state as part of their treatment. If you've been put on drugs like tamoxifen, anastrozole, letrozole, exemestane, or had a radical hysterectomy, well, then this is for you. This drastically lowers your estrogen level and is one strategy that we use to help control your disease or keep you cancer-free. It's great to have a clear path to help keep you cancer-free. But there's a downside too. Hot flashes. As a cancer survivor, on top of everything you've already gone through, you're also now going to need to deal with these menopausal symptoms. But it actually gets worse. Of course, as women, we all go through natural menopause, but in forced menopause, the symptoms are more severe. Your estrogen levels drastically decline, and the hot flashes are more frequent and more severe. But here's the good news. You can be hot flash free after cancer and without the help of any medications. There are 3 ways that you can naturally lower your hot flashes without using any drugs. Starting with number 1, mindset. Hot flashes are known to be linked to your mindset. It's common after cancer to have feelings of anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder. If you're feeling like this, you are so not alone. But these feelings, these emotions, they impact your hot flashes. There's clear literature to show that women who have more of these feelings, who feel more anxious and more fearful, well, they actually have more hot flashes as well. So in a sense, if your fight or flight reaction is triggered multiple times a day, then you're gonna have more hot flashes too. So here's where to start. Now, of course, going to a therapist or being part of a support group, that's a great place to start. These are really important pieces, but we can actually start much simpler than that. I want you to start by simply listening to relaxing music. Relaxing music has been shown to lower the number of hot flashes you experience in a day. So whatever you find relaxing, whether it's instrumental or your favorite artist, whatever helps relax you, put that music on and listen to it for at least 20 minutes twice a day. This could be part of your morning routine or your bedtime routine, or even part of your morning commute. Put that music on and listen to it for 20 minutes to help bring down your fight or flight response. This is such a simple piece that you can add to your daily routine, and it hardly takes any effort. And that actually brings me to the second way that you can naturally lower your hot flashes. Maintain a healthy body weight. We know that women who have an unhealthy body weight, they actually have more hot flashes. And it's common to gain weight during or after your cancer treatment. The majority of women actually gain weight, not lose weight, when they go through cancer treatment. This is a common misconception. About 60% of women who go through a cancer diagnosis actually end up gaining weight. There are many reasons for this. You likely needed to undergo surgery, which meant surgery restrictions, so you couldn't move or exercise like you normally did. And emotional eating plays a big role for many of us cancer survivors, really giving ourselves comfort as we go through this process. Steroids, a common part of treatment, can also contribute to weight gain. And of course, drugs like tamoxifen, anastrozole, letrozole, or exemestane, they influence your hormone levels, which again can cause you to gain weight. You're really fighting an uphill battle here in terms of maintaining your body weight as a cancer survivor. But there's good news. Not all hope is lost. There are really clear and strategic ways that you can maintain or lose body weight. There's a clear path that you can follow, but it does need to be specific to women who have been diagnosed with cancer. For many of us, after treatment, we go back to the healthy eating or exercising patterns we had before cancer. Whatever used to help us lose weight, let's just do that again. And after I finished my own treatment, I had gained 20 pounds. I had always been a healthy, active, and fit person. I had never had issues dropping weight when I wanted to. For example, if I was going to a friend's wedding in the summer and I wanted to lose a bit of weight, I would just stop eating dessert and lose the weight just by pulling back on my calories for a week or so, no problem. But after cancer, this was not the case. As a cancer survivor, we now need a strategic plan to help us drop weight or maintain our body weight that's customized to us after cancer. When you're put into forced menopause or medical menopause after your cancer treatment, your hormone levels drastically change. When your estrogen is suppressed, it makes it more difficult to maintain or create new lean muscle mass. And when you have less lean muscle mass, your metabolism slows down and your weight goes up. So even just sitting here watching this video, you're actually burning fewer calories than you would have before. It's frustrating because we know maintaining your body weight and staying at a healthy body weight, that can actually lower your risk of a cancer recurrence. But the drugs you take to also lower your risk of a cancer recurrence, they cause you to gain weight, which then increases your risk of a cancer recurrence. It's so important to balance both, but what do hot flashes have to do with all of this? Well, losing just 5% of your body weight can help reduce the number of hot flashes you have. So if you found you gained 10, 20, or 50 pounds as a result of your treatment, then you can start dropping weight to lower your hot flashes. If we can do this in a slow and strategic way, we can lower your hot flashes. Here's where I want you to start today. For cancer survivors, the biggest impact you can have on controlling your body weight is to protect your lean muscle mass. Without estrogen, we have to be strategic about the foods we use to protect our lean muscle mass. And here's what you're gonna do. You've gotta start by eating more protein in your diet. Protein will make it possible for you to create new lean muscle mass. New protein levels have to be customized to your body, specific to you, your diagnosis, your treatment. So every single cancer survivor's protein target needs to be customized to them. But the majority of cancer survivors that I work with in the Cancer Freedom Program, they're not eating to their target protein levels. So it's probably safe to assume that you too are not getting enough protein. So let's talk strategies in order to increase your protein. What I want you to do, starting right away, is to include at least 30 grams of protein at every single meal. That's breakfast, lunch, and supper. Now, arguably, the meal that's going to cause you the most issues will be breakfast. Breakfast is often really high carb foods, like toast, cereal, or bagels. There's really a lack of protein at breakfast. That's where we typically fall off. The problem is that you're starting your day with higher carbs. High carbs and low protein, so it's hard to eventually get to your target protein levels by the end of the day. So instead, I want you to focus on creating a breakfast that's high in protein. An egg sandwich or an egg white omelet, these are great places to start. You could eat a Greek yogurt parfait, include some bran flakes for fiber and berries for antioxidants. Just by simply shifting your breakfast to be higher protein, you're gonna notice a difference in your hot flashes. You're gonna notice a difference in your body weight and your energy levels. Eating a higher protein breakfast is actually gonna help you avoid that afternoon energy slump. If you're struggling with energy around 2 to 3 p.m., then that's the reason why. Eating a high protein, low carb breakfast, that's gonna correct it. Okay, but that brings me to the third way that you can naturally lower or get rid of your hot flashes without any drugs. Use targeted exercise. Exercise is a fantastic way to drop the number and intensity of your hot flashes, but it has to be specific exercise. For many of us who like high intensity exercise, like CrossFit or Peloton or boot camps, this is not great for hot flashes. You might like a good hard workout, but it could be triggering your hot flashes. If you go to a high intensity workout, then your hot flashes could spike up in the days afterwards. So instead, we're gonna be strategic with your exercise to actually lower your risk of hot flashes. Now, if you love high intensity exercises and you get a lot of mental relief from doing those types of workouts, then don't worry, we're gonna get you back there eventually. But for now, we need to focus on getting your hot flashes down and under control. And then eventually we can transition you back to those higher intensity workouts if you want. So here's where you're gonna start. Start with walking. Walking is a perfect low-intensity exercise that will help you lower your hot flashes. The goal for walking is to get at least 150 minutes of low-intensity cardio per week. But look, 150 minutes per week? That's a lot of cardio for some of us. And if you feel that way, that is okay. And I don't want you to start with that final target in mind. Instead, we're gonna start more gradually. Here's why. If I took you from 2,000 steps a day to 10,000 steps a day right off the hop, it would actually make your hot flashes worse. And of course, we don't want that. We want to avoid that spike in your hot flashes altogether. So instead, we're going to start slow and gradually work our way up. I want you to start by calculating the average number of steps you take every day. To do this, you can either wear an Apple Watch, carry your iPhone, or even buy a really inexpensive pedometer. Anything to just track your number of steps. If you have an iPhone, it's already tracking your steps in the Health app. So if you carry your phone for a good portion of the day, this is a great place to start. I want you to look at the number of steps you've taken every day over the last 7 days and calculate your average. What are you walking on average every day? For example, let's say you're walking 4,000 steps a day. That would be a good estimate if you're the type of person who works a desk job and is relatively sedentary. So if you're walking 4,000 steps a day, what I want you to do for the coming week is aim to walk 4,500 steps a day. We're simply gonna add 500 steps to your daily goal. We're gradually increasing the amount of this low intensity cardio. This is gonna be helpful in a lot of other ways besides hot flashes as well. It's helpful to boost your energy and avoid worsening joint pain and neuropathy, and it can actually get you to joint pain free. So start there right now, today. Calculate your average number of steps and then add 500, and that's your goal for the coming week. Every week thereafter, you're gonna add another 500 steps to your goal until you're eventually at 10,000 steps a day. And this will put you over 150 minutes of low intensity cardio. But aside from cardio, we also need to be using strength training. Strength training has been shown to lower the number of hot flashes you'll experience as well. Now, many women avoid strength training. They've never done it in their life. They don't feel confident with these movements. Maybe you've even defined yourself as a cardio bunny, and that's okay. We're not gonna start intense. We're gonna start simple and do small movements to eventually lower your hot flashes. Here's how I want you to start. I want you to start by doing body weight strength training. This is doing things like squats or lunges just with your body weight. It doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't need to take long. But you need to get it done. Aim for 20 minutes every session and do that 2 to 3 times per week. This is gonna make a difference, so let's get started. Watch this next video here on how you can use body weight strength training to lower your hot flashes. I walk you through step by step on exactly what you should do. You can do this all from your home, no equipment needed. Click the link here, I'll see you in the next video.